Hello and welcome to the Targeted SEO podcast, where we're talking about all things to do with SEO, websites, different topics, really shedding lights and demystifying a lot of things. So follow along, like and subscribe. And today we're joined by Amy. So Amy, do you want to just give us a very quick introduction into who you are and what you do for Targeted?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm SEO manager. I look after SEO strategies for our clients. I help the team with those strategies. We do everything from on-page SEO, off-page, lots of technical, a bit of CRO as well, which is conversion rate optimization. So yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, excellent. We've also got a web designer, haven't we? So we do web design development.
Yes.
We've got a content team as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very, very much so talking about conversion rate optimization today, which is a topic you know a lot about.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to pick your brains today and really understand CRO and what it means to websites. So let's start with the basics. What is conversion rate optimization?
So conversion rate optimization is when someone comes to your website, you want to be able to give them an experience that they understand where they need to go, so their user journey, whether that's on one page and they're going through to a contact form, or whether they're coming through like a lead magnet, which would be like a blog article or something, which would answer a long tail keyword question. It depends what stage they're at of their user journey, but conversion rate optimization is trying to make the most of what you've got on your website to improve that experience and ultimately get them to the conversion point.
So it's really trying to maximize the traffic. You know, if you're trying to do something on your website, so if that's to convert website traffic into a lead, or if it's e-commerce trying to sell more products.
Absolutely.
Conversion rate optimization, or we just call it CRO for the sake
Yes,
of it. Otherwise it could be a long-winded podcast today, but and that's what CRO can do and can help with.
Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic. So with CRO, how does it relate to SEO?
Yeah, so they intertwine quite a lot. I mean, SEO is getting you onto Google and onto page one and in the research results. And then once they're on your website, that traffic is then where conversion rate optimization comes in.
Yep.
So they intertwine quite a lot.
And what are the types of things that we're working on for our clients with regards to CRO? How are we actually, improving the websites that we manage using this?
So it can really range from conversion rate optimization audits. So that's something we do within the first 3 months of a retainer with a client. We do competitor CRO audits as well. So we'll compare the service page or the homepage, for example, with a competitor. Key points, for example, would be like, is there a call to action above the fold? Is that call to action above the folds again on mobile, or has it been pushed down because your font size is too big or something like that? Are there key bits of information like FAQs? Are there trust signals? So it's all well and good having like a review that's written out on your website, but if there's no Google logo or accreditation to Trustpilot or anything like that, how do they know that you're not just written that in yourself? You've made it up. So yeah, linking back to something like that is really important.
Yeah, and all these little things add up to make a big difference, can't
Absolutely,
they?
yeah.
Just like with SEO, like it's like the 80-20 rule, isn't it? Like 20% of what you actually do is really going to move the needle and make an impact. And I think CRO is the same, but just making small adjustments and tweaks to things like buttons and calls to action.
You would be so surprised. A lot of A/B testing goes on behind the scenes as well. We like to use Microsoft Clarity. That's one thing I think is good to talk about.
Yeah.
So this is a software from Microsoft that you run in the background of your website, and we can see loads of data. So if someone's visiting your website, we can see where they're from, what device they're using, times, dates, what they're doing, how they're navigating, if they're scrolling. If a lot of people do this weird thing, right, where they highlight over where where they're reading, so you can like see them highlighting it.
So they highlight the text.
They highlight their
area.
text when they read it. So I mean, it's great for us because we can see which bit you're reading. But yeah, with things like that, you can see and just sort of navigation around the site. It's really useful to understand how the audience is actually using it. So, for example, we might see that within the navigation, there's a page really far down in the navigation that people are clicking on a lot. So let's go, okay, let's put that up the top so people can get to it easily.
And it seems simple and obvious, but unless you're really looking at it, sometimes you can't see the wood for the trees, can you? And
exactly.
It's like, but then if we're using this software, actually the insights that it provides to help us make informed decisions on actually, let's improve this, let's change this, can really, help websites grow and actually convert a lot more traffic, sell more products, improve revenue for our clients.
Yes, definitely.
Fantastic. And Microsoft Clarity is actually something that you've initiated since you joined Targeted as well, isn't it? Because I think we were using Hotjar before.
Yes.
And what's the difference? Is there
there is a big difference. For me personally, Microsoft Clarity is free. Just an FYI. Hotjar you have to pay for, and I feel like it's like comparing MailChimp and Omnisend. If you're in the email marketing world, you understand what I mean. But it's Hotjar's a bit the analytics aren't quite there. I don't think it feels a bit more basic. And Clarity, you can be so granular with it. And I think that's if you really want to get the insights and get what you want out of it, you're going to need the granularity.
Granularity.
So, yeah.
That's a good word. And are there any examples, from our portfolio of sites that we manage for clients, any examples that we can talk about where we've improved CRO and it's made a difference to things like leads and conversions?
Yeah, I think so. There was one recently where it's a Meet the Team page, and we were using Microsoft Clarity on this, and we could see that people were trying to click on the images of the people that were working there, the mortgage brokers, and nothing was happening because those aren't clickable elements. But we saw this as like a dead click, is what it would be called. And Google can understand that people are making dead clicks on your website, so let's fix that, right? So we made those images like pop-outs, which then had like a little call to action to get in touch with that specific mortgage broker. So at the same time, they're getting that information, that enlarging the picture, which is what they want to do, but we are also giving them a call to action to be able to get in touch as well. So.
And I think for a business like a mortgage broker, that's really important because you want to know who you're dealing with in terms of remortgaging or getting a mortgage. You want to know who you're going to be talking to.
Yeah, it's that personal element, isn't it? To be able to understand who it actually is.
Yeah. Okay. So is there anything else that we can talk about with CRO? I mean, that's just some very top level things, but let's talk about the detail of conversion rate optimization. Things like rage clicks and dead clicks, and spotting the frustration. One of the notes I've got here. Yeah.
So rage clicks. So this can come from absolutely anything.
Is that where you're like really angry and you're like trying to click on something?
It's basically, so a lot of the time you'll find it on mobile where there'll be an element that is too small and you've got big sausage fingers and you're trying to tap it, and it doesn't work. So yeah, that's something that gets picked up. Or it's not a clickable element at all, and people think it is. So rage clicks can be for that reason. It can also be if your page, like the next page that you're going through to, doesn't load, and nothing happens when you're clicking that.
That could be really frustrating.
So if you know that it is a button that should be a button and do something, and it isn't, then you will find out.
Yeah, and those are the sorts of changes that we can implement for our clients as well. Does it matter how the website is developed? Because
100%. If you don't have those foundations set up correctly, so there'll be things like accessibility and like the ratio of colours to button text and things like this. If they're not set globally as foundational standards, then you will come across these errors across every single page.
So that's where you might have buttons that are inconsistent, which then impacts user experience because they're like, oh, is this a button or can I click on this?
And things get so messy, and it's just, you're better off starting with the foundations to build off of.
Excellent. And with heat maps, so this is something that really, really interests me. You can actually see on the screen, if you're using something like Microsoft Clarity, like the hot areas where people are really like, they're trying to find out more information or really clicking, and then other areas where they're not clicking, but maybe they should be clicking. So a heat map can kind of help us understand that in a bit more detail and then impact how we design or develop a page as well. Yeah,
so what I like about Clarity, and this is not an ad, just an FYI.
Sponsored.
Would be lovely. But with Clarity, you get 3 different types of heat maps. So you get your general heat map, which is just how far people are scrolling down the page. And then you get your click heat maps as well, so hot points of where people are clicking. The click one's really, really interesting because if you have a section that is really far down or not in the right place, you can move that up and say loads of people are clicking on it, but let's move it up higher on the page so people can access it more.
And if a website is developed in a really sort of clunky, outdated system, it does make it harder for us to be able to make those changes, doesn't it?
It really, really depends on what sort of, all our websites that we build are WordPress by standard because that's just the best for an SEO perspective. But also gives you the ability to make those changes a lot more dynamically.
Yeah, so that could be when it's having a conversation with a client saying, have you actually thought about having a new website? Because we can't do all of these fantastic things to actually, improve conversion rates and to convert that traffic that you've worked so hard to get. Because SEO is doing its job, it's getting more targeted traffic to the website, but the website is poorly designed.
There really is a ceiling to how far SEO can go if your website foundations are not there in the first place. When we say we offer new websites, it's not just the new look and feel, it's not just a shiny new design, it's the back end as well that we're going to be completely transforming that gives us the ability to do more with SEO going forward.
Yeah, and a lot of businesses don't realise that. They think, I've got a nice shiny website, but it's not working. Like I'm not converting traffic, I'm not getting traffic in the first place. So that's where you really need to think about the foundations, think about how the website is designed and developed, which we can also help with. So that's great insight, Amy, with conversion rate optimization. So for our viewers, maybe they've got their own websites, they're a small business and they're maybe managing it themselves. Is there any sort of tips that you can give people like that they can actually apply to their websites to help improve conversion rates?
Absolutely. I think if you don't have software like this and you don't have an SEO agency behind you to help, get somebody else to look at your website, a friend, a partner, whatever, that doesn't know anything about it. Get them to look at it on mobile and on a desktop as well, and give them an objective. So say, I want you to be able to fill in the contact form, but start on this page. Yeah. How do you get there? And see if that is an easy journey for them to make. If there's any pain points that come across, so they can't find a button or the button doesn't go to where they want it to, or they're starting on a blog article but there's no internal links to anywhere else on it, so you have to go through the navigation, try and find it, blah blah blah, and all of this. So if they get to a service page and they think, this hasn't got enough information, I don't know what the service is really about. There's no pictures of anyone. It just looks a bit fishy. There's no reviews.
No trust signals.
If anything like this crops up, then these are things that you can implement. Yeah. So start there. Get somebody to really do it, like a, what do they call it? A person.
So you're like undercover.
Undercover
user testing.
Situation.
Undercover boss. That's it.
Do an undercover boss of your website.
That's a really good tip. And obviously they can sign up for Microsoft Clarity as well, which as you said was free. And if you've got a WordPress website, that's quite a straightforward process to install. Well, that's fantastic insights to conversion rate optimization, Amy.
Thank you.
And thank you to our audience for watching. Please like, subscribe. And of course, if you've got any comments around CRO or you need help with anything, please leave a comment and we'll answer those for you.